Hello guys, and welcome to another video of K2 Marjan. So today I will be sharing some points by following which F.Sc students can study abroad and hopefully get scholarships too. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1, you need to be a hardworking student, and I cannot stress much on this. You need to be a really hard student. You need to be committed to your task in hand. You need to be ready to spend nights just to prepare for something that you have in front of you. You need to do everything to get you to your goals, because the process will be very hectic, the process will be very tiring, and you lose your motivation very easily. So you need to keep up your motivation. You need to be self-motivated, because if you're not, then even small things, small failures will lead you to give up. So number 1, you need to be a hardworking student and committed to your task. To get scholarship abroad or to study abroad, you need to start this process as soon as possible. When you are in your second year or maybe in first year, that sooner the better. But it's also applicable to you if you have just graduated from high school. So what do you need to do? Well, I'd recommend you to take the SAT. It's the Scholastic Aptitude Test taken by the College Board, US. There are 2 kinds of it: the SAT General, which includes English and Mathematics, and SAT 2, or the Subject SAT, which includes a bunch of subjects including Biology, Chemistry and Physics. What these tests will do, that they will demonstrate your abilities. Okay, if you take the General test, it will showcase your ability to reason, to think curiously, because the test is a hard one, and it also includes Mathematics. The Subject SATs, they are based really much on concepts, so you need to have really strong science concepts to ace those tests. You write application for a certain university or scholarship and the university does not require it, then you are on the benefit from all other applicants, because apart from the general application, apart from general high school grade that you presented, you have also showcased that you are a motivated student and you have taken these tests. If you have high scores in them, it will show much more your commitment to studies. And it's also a way of compensating for your low score if you have got some low score in, let's say, chemistry, because it is really hard. And then you studied for chemistry really much, you studied the organic, although organic isn't a big portion of the SAT chemistry, but whatever. For any portion, you scored low on the chemistry, but you took the SAT chemistry and scored really brilliant. Then you submitted your application. The university will see that, hey, look, although he scored low in chemistry in his school, but he took the SAT and look, he scored really brilliant. So that will also kind of compensate if you have some low score in science subject. While on the other hand, some universities and scholarships does require you to take the SAT, so it's a win-win situation. But even for that, as I said, you need to be really hardworking. You need to work for it, because if you didn't work for it, then I'm sorry to say you are going to suffer in the first attempt. Next, extracurricular and co-curricular activities. Now, they make up a major portion of your application too, along with your grades and your essays. Why I say this? Because universities do not require only nerds, okay? They require people who can lead too. They require people who can share their ideas. They require people who can contribute to the community of their campus and who can lead in the future. So make sure to take part in extracurricular and co-curricular activities. Now, let me give you an example of it. Now, if you do extracurricular activities playing cricket, then don't just play it in Mohalla. I mean, if you are really committed to cricket, just go to a club, join a club and do it at a higher level, achieve something. Because when you show that you are not only attached to books, but you're also involved in the world around you, it will have a very positive impact on your application. I myself, I would take part in every competition that our school might have. I mean, as long as I was eligible for them. But don't be involved in too many different things, because you need to showcase the university that although you can do a lot of things, but you are master in some particular thing. Do something at a very high level. For example, if you write in your extra time, then write brilliant essays, then write brilliant stories, then write brilliant poems. And that's okay to spend most of your time writing, because it is your passion. Because during application, really make it stand out. I hope you get my point, what I'm trying to say, that get involved in activities. Now, for any university or scholarship scheme that you might apply, you at least need one essay, which is call as personal statement or statement of purpose or motivational letter. They are different names, but they are the same thing, in which you have to write about yourself, your motivations, your history, not where you were born, but your educational history. What excites you, what you want to achieve in the future, and how studying at a particular university or getting a particular scholarship will help you reaching your future goals. So take as much time as you can on your personal statement, because along with your grades, it's a really big chunk of your application. That will make you stand out of the entire pool of applicants. And I will make a separate video on how to write your motivational letter. You need to write something different. Okay, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Write about you. Do not write things that you think that every other applicant will be writing. But more on that later in a separate video. Next you have, or what you need, are the letter of recommendation. Now for almost every university you apply, or for every scholarship scheme, you need at least one letter. Oh, can't pronounce letter. You need at least one letter of recommendation from a professor. As a professor, you can say, okay, teacher, whether it be science teacher or language teacher. I prefer science teacher if you are a science student, and ask that teacher to write you a letter who knows you best. Okay, who you know that he can write a brilliant essay for you. If you think he cannot write it well in English, ask him to write it in Urdu, and then you can have it officially translated into English. Or the teacher will get help from an English teacher to get it, written in English. But the thing that matters is to ask a teacher that know you best. Now, a really important thing, that if you are going to a foreign country for a scholarship or study abroad, they will ask you for English language proficiency test. And how will you show them? Well, by taking the test. You take either the TOEFL test or the IELTS academic test. Now, which one you should take, I made a separate video for that. I will link that down in the description below. Go check it out, and it will help you choose between IELTS and TOEFL. The next thing that you need is you need to get your certificates verified from the respective board and then from IBCC. This is a very important step. Or at least if you cannot do that, you just certify them from your principal so as to show their legitimacy. Now you know the information, but how are you gonna know about the scholarship? Well, first search for a degree that you want to earn. Now keep in mind that medicine and dentistry, which most of the Pakistani students aim at, available scholarship for them, but these are not usually available. I'm not saying totally not available, I'm saying usually they are not available. They are in China, Chinese government scholarship, and maybe a few other scholarship schemes too, but in not any other that I am aware of. But if you are a pre-engineering student, then you would have no problem in finding degree for you, because there are a bunch of degrees related to engineering abroad. Now I will make step-by-step videos of different scholarships and how to apply for them, but you also need to make Google and YouTube your best friends in searching for different scholarships, and you need to become a part of few Facebook groups, because there are people who are volunteering to share information on those groups. I will link those groups in the description below too. Just join them, they are really helpful people. And I think that's it. That's a general overview of how can F.Sc students study abroad and get scholarship. But remember that the most important thing are your grades, your metric F.Sc grades. So work as hard as possible to get good grades and then apply for scholarships abroad. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below. I'll try my best to answer them. Till then, subscribe to my channel, because I'll make a lot of videos regarding scholarship abroad and the differences between different tests, and I'll try to explain everything as far as I could. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'm K2 Marjan. Have a good one.